Hi, this is Rachelle at Scrapcraftastic, and I am here to test out something that I wanted to try in an A5 rings planner. And I already kind of knew this, but all A5 planners are not created equally. So I'm just going to take a look at a few different planners that I have and show the differences and test out the theory that I had. So I wanted to try out an A5 wide insert, which is basically classic size 7x9 ish, and I'm just going to keep it at 7x9 to keep it simple. So I was looking at the A5 covers that I have, trying to figure out which one would work. This particular planner was sent to me in Happy Mail. I have one very similar to it already that I got when I first started doing decorative planning and discovered the Happy Planner. And back then, I don't know why I did it, but I took my Happy Planner and cut it down and put it into rings, which was a bad decision because I did not like the rings falling inside the boxes, and that's what actually happens. So, but it did fit. It fit snugly, but it fit. But that I discovered was a fairly large A5 planner, and it is the same size as this one. So this is a larger A5. This is a Carpe Diem, and they tend to run bigger, I guess. I don't know, because the other one I have is also a Carpe Diem. This one is from Hobby Lobby, the Paper Studio. I've not even used this one yet. I kind of just put the poofs on here, and I pulled this off the shelf thinking that I would use this for the rest of October, November, and possibly into December, since it's buffalo plaid-ish. Even though it's not red and black, it's black and white. I think the black and white would work for Christmas, Thanksgiving, and I could probably just add something to the poofs to represent whatever holiday. I don't know. Anywho, so that's what I was thinking, and then I was like, well, could an A5 wide fit in this planner? So we're gonna find out. Even if it doesn't, I still will probably use this as just a regular A5. I just want to have an A5 wide option, or I'm gonna say classic size option, in a ring bound planner if that's something that I want to do. But I don't want to buy a new binder. Let me make that clear. Then I have this clear smoke A5 planner, ring bound planner, that is even smaller than the other two. So I'm going to stack these up. This one I have used. I have not used the buffalo plaid. So I'm going to stack these so that you can see the difference. So we have about, for the Carpe Diem, we have about an inch more in width. They're basically the same height, but about an inch more in the width. Maybe a little less than an inch, 7/8 of an inch. Then the Paper Studio, Hobby Lobby, Agenda 52. I'm not sure it's Agenda. Yes, it is Agenda 52. As you can see, it's smaller. And then the Smoke No Name brand is even smaller than that. It's about a ½ inch narrower than the Agenda 52. So that means it's about 1½ inches smaller than the Carpe Diem. It's also about 1/4 of an inch shorter than the other two. So if I put this one up against the Carpe Diem, you can see there's a huge difference there. So this is very minimal, slimline. No way that an A5 wide or classic size insert is going to go in here. But you can see it does hold tabs fairly well. They work great in here. So, I mean, it's not that the planner is too small. It's just very slim, streamlined. So I'm going to set that one aside. This one would also be a great planner for Halloween. And there's no point in me even trying to test an A5 wide in this because it's not going to work. So then we get to the Agenda 52, the Paper Studio. Again, I have not used this one yet, so I even had to take some of the packaging out. Let's test an plastic size insert in it. I cut this just plain piece of paper down to 7 by 9, used my hole punch and punched the holes. The holes would still be the same as an A5 punch. So if you have one, that's how I would do it. And yes, I know I shouldn't pull the rings like that, but that's how I do it. So let's see. I'm not sure that I punched it in the center well, but here we go. So at first glance, it looks fine. The page is within the confines of the planner, but when I close it, this is what happens. So that's a no. I couldn't use this one for an A5 wide insert. It would have to be strictly A5. It's not gonna work. It's very disappointing because I kind of wanted that to work, but alas, it did not. So that's not gonna work. We'll play around in that planner another time though. Now let's test this one. This, I was using this earlier in the year. Again, I mentioned this one was sent to me in Happy Mail. This is what's in it, and I miss using my inserts to plan. And so I kind of want to get back into the A5. I don't know. It's something about this time of the year that I'm just tempted and want to plan again in an A5 rings or even a disc bound, but for some reason I'm really wanting to get back into the rings. So, and I want to do some blackout spreads for Halloween, and it'll just be easier in here. This was so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to work on setting up an A5 again, so look for that coming soon, but let's test this out in here. So I'm just going to do the same thing, pop my 7 by 9 or 9 by 7 classic size A5 wide faux insert in the planner, and I think it could work. Now remember, I said I don't think I punched the holes quite in the middle of this paper, so I may be off a little bit because it seems like it's hanging down at the bottom a little more than it is at the top, which tells me it's not quite in the middle. But as you can see, I don't know if you can see inside, it would have some overhang, but if I punched my insert properly, it could work. Maybe we should try another one. Let's try it this way. I'm going to re-punch this. So I'm going to find the center. Yeah, see, these holes should line up if I punch that correctly. And I don't know why it didn't punch correctly. I don't know if it has to do with my punch or what, but I'm finding the center again, just folding it in half. And let's take the punch. I have it lined up right for A5 and see if it's going to line up like it should. And why it looks different on either end, I do not know. Let's see. Okay, so that's better. Now the holes line up. So this was not punched properly. So we're going to ignore this edge of the paper and try it again with this edge. Again, it wouldn't have made a difference in the Agenda 52 planner though, because it was just too narrow. So that's better. We get better space at the top and the bottom. The only issue is if I wanted tabs, it would stick out too far. Let's try putting it in the center of what I have in this planner and see how far it will bulge out. Let's put it right here. So if you ever want to test out insert sizes, see what size works for you, all you have to do is just cut a regular piece of copy paper, punch it, put it in the planner, or fold it and put it in your traveler's notebook, or pretend that you have the traveler's notebook. That's a great way to test sizes to see what works for you, if the space is good for you. Just use a regular piece of paper and cut it down to size. Easy peasy. So with it in the center of the rings, where it would stick out more because the rings are rounded and it would push the paper towards the edge more, it does stick out a little bit more. But I'm not a fanatic about things in my planner like this. This is something that I wouldn't be carrying around. It would stay on my desk or in the craft lab, so I'm okay with that. It's not a big issue. Let's move the pen so you can really see how much it sticks out. So just like a hair, like maybe 1/8 of an inch, if that. So I can live with that. So when I am ready to work with A5 wide, I am going to use this Carpe Diem cover. I think it would be perfect. So I'm just going to leave this in here to remind me of that. And again, most of this stuff is going to come out of here and go in to this planner, because I'm going to start doing A5 spreads again. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my little test and showing you how all A5 planners are not created equally. There are other brands that are also different sizes, but these showed the most difference as far as size. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that little gray bell so that you'll receive notification each time I upload a new video. Be sure to check the community tab and my stories for updates throughout the week. Also, check us out over at patreon.com/Scrapcraftastic for exclusive content and digital downloads. Visit my other channel, Journal Life's Journey, for craft videos and junk journals. You can find me across social media at Scrapcraftastic. Visit my website and shop at Scrapcraftastic.com. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.